Hi guys, this is Taught by Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about the time value of money. So what is the time value of money? It allows us to understand the value of investments at different points in time. So suppose your parents owe you $500 and they say they're going to give you one of two choices for repayment. Either you can take the $500 today, or they can invest it for you for 1 year with a 10% interest on it, and then they pay you back the $500 including the interest earned. Financially speaking, which one is the better option? Which one should you choose? Well, if you take the investment option, they will have to pay you back $550 instead of just $500 due to the interest earned on the investment. So this is the better option if you're trying to maximize your payment. So to better understand this, let's start by drawing a timeline from the day you invest your money until 4 years after that point. Let's figure this out by starting at the day you invest your money. We're going to call that CF0. CF stands for cash flow, and the number beside it represents the number of years that have passed since your investment. Cash flow 0 being the day you invested, cash flow 1 being 1 year after your investment, cash flow 2 being 2 years after investment, and so on. To get from cash flow 0 to cash flow 1, you need to multiply your investment by the 10% interest earned. So once a year goes by, you will have earned $50 in interest, so your investment will now be worth $550 instead of just the $500 that you started with. Okay, so now let's see what would happen if we were to continue the investment and keep earning 10% on top as each year goes by. We would multiply $550 by 10% again, and this time we get $605 over the 2 years invested. Let's continue to do this up until cash flow 4. So this shows us that if we invested $500 at 10% interest yearly for 4 years, our $500 will have turned into $732. The final value we have here at cash flow 4 is what we're going to call our future value. So this would take us a while to do, but thankfully we have a formula to help us out. This is what's known as the future value formula, where FV equals future value, PV equals present value, I is your interest rate per period, and N is the number of periods. So let's bring back our timeline now so I can show you where each of these numbers come from. The 732 is your future value, the amount of money you're going to have in the future. Your interest rate is the 10% that we multiply by each year. The starting 500 you invested is called your present value. And finally, N, in this case, is 4. This is the 4 years you chose to invest for. So let's do an example. You want to invest $5,000 today in the stock market. You will earn an average of 5% interest per year over a 10-year period. After 10 years, how much will your portfolio be worth? So to start, let's just pick out the variables we know from the problem. The $5,000 you're investing today, that's going to be your present value. The 5% interest you're earning, that's going to be your I, your interest. And lastly, N is going to be the number of years you're investing for, so 10. We are looking for our future value, so let's use our future value formula. Just throw your numbers into the equation like this, and we'll end up with the future value of $8,144.47. So after we use the formula, we can see that $5,000 over 10 years has grown into $8,144. So we've done our future value, how much money we're going to have in the future, but what about if we want to know the opposite? We want to end with a certain amount of money, and we want to know how much money to put in to begin with. This is going to be called present value. So let's do an example here. You know you need $1.5 million to retire by age 65. You are 25 years old and you want to start saving for your retirement. How much do you need to invest at 7% yearly in order to have accumulated $1.5 million by the time you're 65? Once again, let's pull our variables out of the example. So our future value this time is going to be 1.5 million. Our interest will be 0.07. And our N is going to be how many years this goes on for. To figure this out, start with how old you're going to be at the end, so 65, and simply just subtract how old you are right now. So subtract 25. You'll end up with a value of 40, so your period is 40 years. Now we're looking for present value, so here's the present value formula. It's the same thing as the future value formula, I've just rearranged it so that it looks nicer for you guys. We're going to insert our values of 1.5 million for future value, 0.07 for interest, and 40 for N, and we'll end up with $100,170.57. So in this case, we know that we have 40 years to turn some amount of money into $1.5 million, and we figured out that that beginning sum is $100,170. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or want to start some discussion, go ahead and throw those in the comments below and subscribe for more videos. This has been Taught by Ryan.